Good morning. It is Wednesday, January 15th, and this is Michigan Mornings from Ave Maria Radio and the Ave Maria Radio app. I'm Matthew Handley. Coming up, One Life LA is moved because of the wildfires. I'll have that story, but first your local weather and this news. The search is continuing for the remains of 30-year-old Ashley Elkins. Police have completed 2 days of sifting through trash for the Warren mother of two in the Pine Tree Acres landfill in Macomb County. Elkins disappeared on January 2nd. Her ex-boyfriend, DeAndre Booker, was arrested and charged with lying to police in this case. Investigators have been following leads that led to the landfill and are confident they will find her body. A Western Michigan politician has announced he is running for governor. State Senate Minority Leader Aric Nesbitt of Porter Township explained he's getting an early start in hopes of gaining statewide name recognition. He's the first Republican in the race officially seeking the GOP nomination. Former Attorney General Mike Cox has filed paperwork with the state allowing him to raise funds for a possible campaign, and Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan is also a candidate running as an independent. The Michigan Department of Transportation will close an 8-mile stretch of eastbound I-696 in March. The work will begin on March 1st and will continue into 2027 between M10 and Lazar Road near Ferndale, Royal Oak, and Hazel Park. MDOT says the interstate needs improvements due to aging pavement. Crews will lay new pavement as well as improve 60 bridges, replace 1,100 drainage structures, and add new markings and signage to the area. The Federal Emergency Management Agency is awarding $692,000 to Southgate for stormwater sewer system upgrades. The funding is the first installation of a $22.5 million in grants to install a relief sewer to reduce damage and lessen the impact of future flooding in the area. The project will cost a total of $32 million, and the city of Southgate is responsible for $9 million of that total. The upgrades will allow the system to handle a 10-year storm event. The Federal Highway Administration is awarding $15.2 million to Detroit and Southeast Michigan Council of Governments to install more than 100 high-speed electric vehicle charging stations. The charging stations will be installed in 40 locations along major corridors, in carpool lots, and business centers in the next 2 years. Mayor Mike Duggan says electric vehicles are the future of the auto industry, and Detroit is supporting that shift by installing the infrastructure to make charging an EV safe, convenient, and easy. And speaking of EVs, the Michigan State Police have unveiled their first electric patrol vehicle. MSP will use the 2024 Mustang Mach-E by state property security officers as they specialize in general law enforcement and security services as state-owned and leased facilities in Greater Lansing. The Mustang Mach-E has an estimated range of 270 miles. This is Michigan Mornings from Ave Maria Radio. Now this.
Dr. Ray Guarendi.
I was raised in an Italian Catholic home. We went to church. That's what you did. And now that I'm older, I can't thank my parents enough for allowing me to know about our Lord, because ultimately the base that they gave me kept pulling me back to the Catholic Church, even though I wandered as a young adult.
We're going to have partly sunny skies today in the Motor City, and our high will reach 22. Tonight, snow rolls in during the early morning hours, and lows will be dipping to 12. Snow continues until the midday tomorrow, and we could see up to an inch. Afterwards, it will be cloudy with a high of 32. Friday will be mostly cloudy with highs in the mid-30s, and the chance of rain returns on Saturday. Temperatures in the mid-30s. We're going to have partly sunny skies today in the Saginaw Valley, and our high will reach 22. Tonight, the snow rolls in during the early morning hours, and the lows will dip to 15. The snow continues through midday tomorrow. We could see up to half an inch in spots, and our high will be 32. Friday will be mostly cloudy with highs in the mid-30s, and on Saturday, the chance of snow returns with temperatures in the lower 30s. Welcome back to Michigan Mornings. I'm Matthew Handley. I have some more news to bring to your attention. President-elect Donald Trump's choice for Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth faced a Senate confirmation hearing yesterday, where he was asked about allegations of prior misconduct and former statements about the military. News Nation's Joe Khalil reports.
It was pretty clear that Hegseth tried to do two big things. One was address all of the concerns and criticism that were brought up mostly by Democrat senators incoming into this hearing, some Republican concerns, but mostly the Democratic ones. And we heard a lot of that. It's the past personal life. It's the drinking issues. It was the extramarital affairs. It was the allegations of sexual misconduct and also the mismanagement, allegedly, of these veteran organizations and his stances on women and their role in combat specifically.
Hegseth vows to bring warrior culture to the military if confirmed. In California, at least 5 lawsuits have now been filed by homeowners against Southern California Edison, saying the company failed to take its electrical equipment offline despite red flag warnings. They claim the Eaton fire is the result of Edison continually disregarding the safety of the public when it comes to their actions with their equipment. The Eaton fire has burned over 14,000 acres since breaking out 1 week ago. And at least 24 people have died in the Los Angeles area wildfires. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass addressed future recovery operations yesterday.
There is the disaster recovery, but then there's also the rebuilding. And so yesterday I issued an updated emergency declaration, and I also issued an executive directive that will help facilitate and fast track the building.
The federal government will cover disaster response costs for 6 months. Angeles News is reporting that One Life LA, the annual Archdiocese of Los Angeles pro-life event, will be moving indoors. Instead of being at La Placita, it will be inside the Cathedral of Our Lady of the Angels. And the Archdiocese of Los Angeles and Catholic Charities, among other organizations, are raising money for victims of the wildfires. A complete list of reliable charities can be found at angelusnews.com. St. Irenaeus says the Father's purpose in revealing the Son was to make himself known to us all, and so to welcome into eternal rest those who believe in him, establishing them in justice, preserving them from death. To believe in him means to do his will. I'm Matthew Handley. That's going to do it for this edition of Michigan Mornings on a Wednesday. Lord willing, I will talk to you again tomorrow, and until then, goodbye.